Assalamu alaikum and hello viewers, researcher. Today I am going to present a new video on the title, as you can see, opportunities with RCNMET. Sometimes I received requests through email, LinkedIn, Facebook, that some researchers want to work with us, want to collaborate with us, want to pursue their PhD, and for many other reasons, they communicate with me. So I feel that if I summarize all the opportunities that we can provide with the scientific community, that's why I have summarized, I have come out with this title, what are the opportunities available at our research center for nanomaterials and energy technology. So I'm going to share the summary of all the opportunities available at our research center for nanomaterials and energy technology in this video. So these are the outlines. First of all, I will be talking about focus of our RCNMET. What is our expertise? What are our strengths? Then I also will be discussing a little bit more about my team member, because team is very important to serve you, to show you our strength, what are our research areas, where to work, what is our focus, what is the focus of our team members. And most importantly, this is mainly the reason why I am here to present this video, is actually the main summaries of the opportunities that is available in the form of collaboration, supervision, funding application, some job opportunities. So all this basically I'm going to summarize to make it a comprehensive way, so that when you communicate, you actually can go through this video to understand each and every details for your desired needs, for your specific purpose. And there will be some other matters also I will be highlighting in this video. So first of all, let me explain where is our focus, where is our strength, in which topics area we are working at Research Center for Nanomaterials and Energy Technology. So one of our major focus, main focus, is actually the nanomaterials, particularly emerging nanomaterials such as magazine, graphene, CNTs, and there are some other pertinent nanomaterials. As you know, no materials are perfect. No materials are specifically under material. So if we hybridize, if we intercalate, if we make composite through different ways, actually that can be solve some of the challenges of specific material or individual materials. For example, magazine is one of the latest recent materials, but again, it also has some challenges. Similarly, graphene is also invented in 2004. So it also has some of the drawback challenges. So if we work on different materials, their composition, to overcome some of the challenges that we are facing in different applications, I hope this is the reason basically we are working in these specific areas of nanomaterials. And where these materials actually will be applied, particularly solve scientific problem, research problem, industrial problem. So as you can see, number of application areas we are focusing here, despite there are many other potential applications as well. So these are basically our major focus. Certainly, we are working this work also related with some other areas as well. But I'm going to highlight actually what are our major focus. So one of the areas is actually the electrochemical energy storage. So it can be portable scale, it can be large scale energy storage, utility scale energy storage, such as flow batteries, different types of batteries, lithium-ion batteries, sodium batteries, sulfur batteries. Many types of actually electrochemical energy storage are actually hot topics in each area, and these are also along the global grand challenge areas. As you know, these are highly potential areas, and these nanomaterials such as magazine graphenes are actually highly potential to overcome some of the challenges in electrochemical energy storage area. As you also know, the hydrogen energy is also one of the clean sources of energy or energy carrier. This is also one of the focus area to solve the transport energy problem. This also can be used in fuel cell and many other applications. And this is where also magazine, graphene, and nanomaterials can play a great role to store hydrogen energy. We are also working in the area of thermal latent heat energy storage, such as phase change energy storage. This is the area where one of my colleagues has extensive expertise. I also work in this area quite for some time. I also manage some funding in this area, thermal energy storage through phase change materials. Also, our one of the major focus is also in the area of heat and thermal management. As you know, in the solar panel, when solar radiation falls, actually it becomes overheated. So it's not only solar panel, I think it's also in the battery due to fast charging, in car radiator, in heat exchangers, electronics. Actually, due to overheating problem, actually their efficiency goes down, the charge goes so fast. So there are some problems associated with this heat and thermal management, and these are one of our niche area, important area, focus area, where the overheating issues can be resolved through nanomaterials, through heat transfer fluid, using these emerging nanomaterials and their composite. As you know, the solar energies are green energy, clean energy, sustainable sources of energy, and these are actually globally focused area, locally focused area. So we are also working in the area of solar energy, renewable energy, how solar energy can be harnessed, how solar energy can be improved. And also, as you know, the renewable sources of energy, solar sources of energies are intermittent, meaning that they are not available for 24 hours. That's why some of the focus, as you can see, the energy storage are very important. Large scale, medium scale, portable scale energy storage are very important, which are electrochemical in nature, hydrogen storage, thermal energy storage. So that's why we are also focusing in the area of energy storage along with solar renewable energy. So to conduct actually high quality research to solve industrial problem, global grand challenges, niche area, actually we need to identify what are the important research areas. So again, based on my 25 years of research experience, I also work with some other top ranked university, world-class universities, through which actually I have gained some experience. I interact with the top management. I also work with international collaborators. I also do homework, search, what are actually the global grand challenges, what are niche area, what are the areas actually will give the better impact, where we need to focus. Basically through my homework and by collaborating with other researchers, actually I have come out with these topics, and these are basically our focus. So as you can see, I have highlighted here, these are according to global grand challenge areas. So as also in one of my video, I highlighted what are the top 10 global problems for next 50 years in one of my video. Through that search also, I came out with this focused research area. And also there is one specific document called 1010 My STIE. This is also in details I have shared in the video to how to identify actually top area, niche area, grand challenge area, along with the local and global needs. So this video actually I have uploaded in my YouTube channel. So more details actually you can go through this, how to select high impact research topics, which is available in my YouTube channel. So these are the team members, as you know, for the collaboration for high quality research. for high impact research, basically we also need a strong team. So as you can see, we have team members here. So as probably many of you know through my profile, LinkedIn profile, Facebook, and also university profile, publication list in Science Direct, LCBR, and also in Google Scholar. Probably many of you are familiar with me. So I have 25 years of research, teaching, academic experience. I work with some of the top universities around the world. So I gained some experiences. As a result, I'm working at Research Center for Nanomaterials and Energy Technology at Saidur University as a distinguished research professor, and I am also working with the Lancaster University. And my main focus, as you have seen also through different platform, main focus is one of the areas, nanomaterials, through which actually energy storage, heat transfer, thermal behavior can be improved. So you can have a look my Google Scholar profile, papers published in Science Direct, Scopus, so you can be familiar with more details about my expertise as time is limited here. And I also have some recognition. I also manage huge amount of funding. I also built a lab at Sunway University and also in the University of Malaya when I worked there. I have supervised more than 80 PhD and master students, published good quality papers. So all this actually basically you can explore and know more about me to collaborate with us, to work with us. Certainly, some of you need some homework to understand the areas where I work, particularly to go into deeper about our expertise. We also have another professor, Adarsh Kumar Pandey, who is working in the area of thermal energy storage, latent heat, heat change energy storage at low temperature, high temperature areas. He's also working in the areas of nanomaterials, dye-sensitized solar cells, sustainable energy technology. So he's also one of the top 2% research scientists, and he is contributing towards the development of the centers, universities through research, publication, citation impact, and through other research activities. So he's also one of the prolific authors. He's also one of the world-class researcher in our center. We also have young researcher like Dr. Tan Kim Han, who is our research fellow, young researcher, early career researcher, graduated from University of Malaya, and for the last few years, he's working with us, particularly to take care of the materials, behavior, synthesis, characterization, hybridization, intercalation, composition with other team members. So these are basically his focus area. We also have Dr. Nurul Samani, who is our postdoctoral research fellow through research cluster project. So she's working in the area of electrochemical energy storage and conversion, battery, fuel cell, electrocatalyst, catalysis, in this area. To manage the lab, actually, we also need someone who has good experience, expertise in the area of chemistry, materials. So Atika actually is taking care of our lab matters. As you know, we have very big lab, impressive lab. So to manage the lab matters, materials, consumable, booking service, testing the materials, helping the students, collaborators. So we really need someone to take care of the lab matters. So we have this lab executive who is taking care of the overall lab matters. So as you can see, we are highly experienced, dynamic team in the areas in the area of nanomaterials, energy storage, heat transfer, with long years of experience to serve the scientific research community. This is basically the main purpose of today's video. As you can see, I have summarized here what are possible opportunities that we can provide to the scientific community. So as you know, the collaboration is very important to sustain our research, to maintain our productivity, to solve our many problems. Even though we have very good opportunities here, we have lab facilities, we have team, but certainly we are not perfect. We also have some of the challenges, shortcomings. So basically, through this collaboration, we can solve your problem. You also can help us also to solve some of our problems. That is basically the purpose of collaboration. So collaboration has many forms. So it can be a short visit. It can be in the form of MOU, MOA signing, establishment. These are for, again, to share our resources, your resources. And also, as you have seen, we are experienced, we have some good facilities. Certainly, I think we can work together to jointly supervise postgraduate students, master students, PhD students, and also the early career researcher. And certainly, as you will go through, we have very good lab facilities that we develop at Sunway University, which are actually bread and butter actually to produce high quality data for research purpose, for publication purpose, for collaboration purpose, for funding purpose. So this is actually extensively I will be going to share as well. Expertise sharing, as you have seen in the previous slide, we have shared what are our key areas where we have expertise. Okay. Also, we have experience in high quality journal writing, thesis writing, proposal writing, which are also uploaded in my YouTube channel. So you can go through for improvement of writing skill, and at the same time, these are theoretical again to get hands-on, and also our involvement in writing so that we can improve critical review of literature, critical analysis of your results, identifying novelties, design of your projects. In many ways, actually, we can help you to improve your writing, the content of your journal papers, thesis, proposal, and so on. As you know, to sustain our research grant proposal funding is extremely important, and this is one of the major challenges researchers are facing all over the world due to high competition and limited amount of funding, and now also due to COVID, due to war, actually all over the world. I think the financial situation is extremely difficult. So that's why I think that if we work together to apply fund, to manage fund, to solve our problem of this research funding, I'm sure that this is one of the very important area that we need to work together to resolve these challenges. At our center also, and at Sunway University, there are PhD opportunities every year. Sunway University is giving good number of PhD with full funding. So I will be sharing in one of the particular slides, and this is where we receive a lot of requests to support for your PhD through research funding. So this is one of the unique areas actually we can explore more. I can discuss more on these topics in the relevant slides. So we also receive a lot of requests. Is there any vacancies? Is there any opportunities to work with the center? Yes, certainly. When there are vacancies for postdoctoral research fellows for the center, particularly we will share in the social medias, and also some university human resource also will be posting in relevant job-related posting. So certainly you can work with us, but again, jobs are always limited, and also it depends on your expertise, and only highly potential candidates are recruited. In addition, we also can provide some services how other researcher, universities, research organization, industry can utilize our services through paid service. So I'll explore that in one of the slides as well. So many researchers also face difficulties to design their experiment for their PhD, masters, for research grant. Actually, it is one of the challenging areas, particularly young researchers, early career researchers, new researchers face extreme difficulties actually to design a very good experiment for their postgraduate studies, for their research purposes. So this is again, as you have seen, we have extensive experience. Certainly, we also can help early career researcher, young researcher to overcome these challenges, how to make an impressive design of experiment. As you have seen through our social media network, we have huge network locally and internationally. So when you are facing difficulties to establish collaboration, to work with other researchers, this is the way basically we can connect you with the other researchers to solve some of your problems. Okay. So let me go a little bit more about this collaboration. Collaboration is basically, as you can see here, basically the strength. Okay, so we have many challenges, sometimes funding challenges, sometimes material challenges, sometimes expertise challenges. So we have multiple challenges. So if we know the approaches, how to solve, how to overcome these challenges, so then basically it can solve some of our problems up to certain level. Certainly, it may not be able to solve all of our problems, but I'm optimistic that through this collaboration, actually, some of our major challenges can be overcome. For example, when I was working in University of Malaya, I had a small funding, around 120,000, but at that time I was needed a big equipment that cost 500,000. So I was worried, and then since we don't have that facility, so we explored, we did homework, we brainstormed with my team member, and then we found that this equipment is available with another lecturer at the Faculty of Engineering, University of Malaya. So then we met them, we discussed them, and we established collaboration. And as a result, alhamdulillah, we solved the problem of that equipment, and we successfully completed that project. So this is just one example. So certainly we have many other problems. Basically, we can solve through this collaboration. So that's why collaboration is a strength. This can solve many of our problems. So through this collaboration, actually, what we can do, we can use lab facilities. For example, in our research center, actually, you'll find an impressive lab facilities. That's what I'm going to share in the subsequent slides. And some of you probably already know also, as we pushed also these materials in our social media. So when we establish collaboration, actually, it is convenient. It is easy for collaborators actually to come and use our lab facilities. So this is what actually some of the local universities, international partners also visiting us to use our lab facilities to generate the data, to produce high quality data, and at the end, both parties are benefited and some of their problems are basically research problems are solved. So as I also highlighted, research funding is basically bread and butter for us. Without research funding, actually, we cannot sustain, we cannot grow, we cannot supervise, support PhD students, master students. As you know, the research organization, universities has limited amount of funding. So that's why internal funding, particularly the external funding, is very, very important. I think every university research are facing tremendous challenges about this research grant funding. So to apply for funding, you need the expertise. You also need the lab facilities. You also need a strong profile. So if we work together, if we publish together, if we solve some of the problems, if we generate some good quality data, which actually will be extremely helpful when we are going to apply for external funding, major funding, small funding, large scale funding, local funding, international funding. So certainly, I think the working together, long-term collaboration, generating some quality data, publishing together, creating a network, the Asian countries, ASEAN countries, international regions, with some of the top universities, with some of the top researchers. As a result, when there will be a call for a proposal, actually, it will be very good that we already have a strong team, good research outcome, strong profile. Okay, maybe draft proposal is already there. So as a result, there will be better chances to win that types of international research grant proposal. Then also we can work in the form of short visit. As you know, sometimes funding is very challenging. So short visit, for example, ASEAN countries, Asian region countries, actually they are now due to situation, since situation is improved now, travels are now all over the world going on. So as a result, as you know, in this case, ASEAN countries, Asian countries basically can visit our lab, which basically happened before COVID situation, sometimes from India, sometimes from Saudi Arabia, sometimes from Bangladesh. They come and visit us for 2 weeks, 1 month. And as a result, we give them access to our lab. They work with our team members day and night to optimize their time. They also work to design the experiment. So as a result, they can produce very high quality data, and which basically will be useful to produce good quality papers, journal papers, high rank papers, and also this will be good support for their PhD students and as well as for funding purposes as well. So these are basically some of the realistic things. So we can provide lab services, we can give you the access. So particularly those who have some short-term funding also at the university level, sometimes you may have sabbatical leave, you may have some travel allowances. So again, this can be utilized and can be best optimized to establish collaboration as well. As you know, all over the world, I think there are mobility programs. So researcher, PhD student, master students, early career researcher can go all over the world. So for the purpose of mobility and also for resource sharing, so we sign MOU, MOA, and we establish these types of opportunities or the specific focused area with the specific universities. I think then probably both organization management can focus, can support whatever possible way, okay, to make mobility program to travel different countries. And as a result, I think this also will be another avenue to best utilize the resources of each others. For example, if we establish a collaboration with another university, they don't have, let's say, these lab facilities, they don't have this emerging nanomaterials. Certainly, we can provide this expertise, this materials, some of the services. We can do it here. So through this, basically, we'll be able to help solve some of our challenging problems. So these are the additional points for collaboration purpose. So as you can see, I discussed a lot about this joint supervision. As you have seen, we are highly experienced. I have 25 years of experience, supervised more than 80 PhD and master students. So I have enough experience to produce high quality theses to guide the student. These are basically what we are doing with local universities, with the University of Malaya, Monash University, Taylor's University, UTP, UMP. So we have extensive collaboration to jointly supervise their students. As you know, some of the universities' research facilities are not enough in the specific areas. So as you will see, we have impressive lab that basically will help students challenges to generate the data. So this is actually the area we have enough experience. We have extensive experience. So basically, this is another potential area. We invite local and international collaborators to work with us so that we can solve some of the problem. And at the same time, I think the early career researcher also face difficulties. So we welcome early career researcher, research assistant, research fellow, junior lecturer, senior lecturer actually can work with us also to get our experience as well. So as you have seen, our main focus, different types of nanomaterials, energy storage, thermal, hydrogen, energy storage, heat transfer. These are our focus. These are the areas we have working. We supervise students. We built the lab. We published in high-ranked journal. We also have good impact. So this basically will be certainly helpful for your research work, particularly, for example, to highlight, to identify novelty, to strengthen novelty, to critically analyze your results, critically designing your experiment, critical review of your literature. So in this area, basically, we can extensively share our research experience as well as writing experience. So as I highlighted, I have uploaded number of videos on how to write high impact journal, high quality journal, thesis, proposal. So these are also our experience. So when we'll be engaging with your students, with early career researcher, certainly when we'll go through your proposals, draft paper, so we can identify what are the basically weaknesses, how the novelties can be improved, how critical analysis can be improved. Those are basically will be hands-on experience when we'll be working together. So as I mentioned in earlier slides, there are also PhD opportunities, funded PhDs. So this is the thing in one of the slides. I will be discussing a little bit more. And also we have opportunities time to time to recruit postdoctoral research fellow, senior research fellow. These are our sometimes position available when there are vacancies. So it can be a project based, it can be a contract based. So when there are opportunities in our specific areas of nanomaterials, energy storage, heat transfer. So normally our human resource will post in the relevant job related areas, and we also post in our Facebook, LinkedIn, and also our Research Center for Nanomaterials and Energy Technology Facebook page. We have a page in LinkedIn, so we also post there. So each and every details you can find there. But please take note that we have very limited number of job opportunities, vacancies. As you can see, we have a very small team. This is also private university. Resource optimization is very much important. And also another thing is that actually expertise and highly qualified candidates are only considered. We also provide service. I think that one is one of the slides also I'll be talking. So as I also highlighted how we can help in designing experiment, because many early career researcher, young researcher, PhD researcher, master student face actually difficulties, and even some of the lecturer also don't know, based on my experience, that actually how to design experiment, how to help the student, how to develop smart objectives. So normally some of the researchers, some of the academicians also don't have enough knowledge. So this is basically the area actually. Through this collaboration, we can help you so that you can graduate on time, you can publish in good quality journal. Your thesis also will be in high quality because we have extensive experience, we have enough experience. Also, throughout our experience, as I have been working in this area for the last 25 years, I work also with some of the top universities through which actually I have a lot of global, local, international network. So we again can solve some of your problem. We again can create a network where you need necessary supports to solve your problems. So now let me go through some of our unique opportunities available at Nano University. So Nano University actually supported us tremendously to build this impressive lab that was built in 2018 within short period of time. So we have an impressive lab with the state-of-art lab equipment to solve scientific problem, industrial problem in the specific areas I highlighted in the previous slide. So this is a 3,000 square feet lab. So we have 4 sections. This is called wet chemistry or preparation, where as you can see, almost 20 to 30 actually students, collaborators can easily work here. So whenever any collaborators, any other students from other universities actually visit and work with us, they always feel impressed. They always feel very happy because most of the things are available in our lab. So they consider this is a one-stop research center. It is highly convenient, easily accessible, we have very good system. As a result, researcher feels extremely comfortable, extremely happy actually to work in our lab. Also, there are visitors from MIT, Harvard, and many visitors also locally and internationally. Actually, they were impressed. And when they visit, and they always rate our lab as a 5-star lab when they give us some of the feedback. So this is really a very good opportunities for international and local research community to fully utilize our impressive lab facilities, state-of-art lab facilities with the modern, high-end, high-quality equipment to produce actually high-quality data, high-quality thesis, high-quality proposals, support needed for preparing high-quality proposals. So this is actually the white chemistry area where student can see it, collaborator can see it, can prepare their samples. There are some small equipments, minor equipments, which actually can be used to produce, to prepare the samples and also to do some of the simple tests in this area. We also have fume hood actually to synthesize emerging materials, nanomaterials, chemical reaction in this area, and also it is well maintained, very neat and clean. So recently one of the MIT professor visited and she was also highly impressed with our lab, the cleanliness, quality of our equipment, state-of-art equipment, impressive lab equipment. So these are basically some of the good news I'm sharing with you. So we also have enough materials, chemicals, consumable, reagents. So certainly some of the researchers, some of the universities, research organizations, their staff actually face a lot of difficulties to get this, the enough materials. Due to lack of materials, actually, sometimes you cannot conduct research. Okay, so this is where when we establish collaboration, so we can supply necessary materials, we can support you, of course, through expertise sharing, through other means as well. But this is just to highlight that these are also opportunities where you face challenges, so we can work, we can solve your problems as well. So in this case, Sunway University is also highly supportive to support our research center and other research center as well. So this is basically the preparation synthesis area where we prepare, we synthesize our emerging nanomaterials. As you can see, one of my staff is working to conduct the chemical reaction with the necessary probes and equipments. And also we have some high-end equipment like centrifuge, very high-speed centrifuge also to synthesize, to fulfill some of the steps of synthesis aspects of developing new materials, nanomaterials particularly. We also have many other equipment as highlighted here. We have ball mill, again, for the synthesis purpose of materials. So we also have high temperature furnace to synthesize actually magazine and some other purposes. So we also have fume hood, centrifuge, as you can see. We have vacuum oven, high temperature oven, dry oven, probe sonicator, UVBs, SCM EDX, particle analyzer, vacuum pump, rotary evaporator. So these are list of the equipment. So I'm not going each and every detail. So you can contact me. You can communicate with our lab executive Atika for more details of facilities that you need. So these are some of the other equipment. As you can see, we have some of the equipment for thermal cyclic performance. So as you know, we are quite strong in the area of thermal energy, heat transfer, latent heat, phase change energy storage at low temperature, high temperature. So there are thermal cyclers. So cyclic performance, cyclic behavior of different energy storage materials can be checked by thermal cycler. So we have both low temperature and high temperature thermal cycler. Okay, so we also have indoor solar simulator due to space limitation and also very convenient. Okay, so we have this solar simulator to which solar energy performance can be investigated for different types of nanomaterials. Okay, so we have many other equipment such as thermal conductivity meter, high temperature, low temperature. We have TGA, we have DSC, we have FTIR, we have some other equipment as you can see here. So we also have some other high-end equipment like UVBs, SEM with EDX, FTIR, TGA, DSC, light sizer. These are again needed to characterize, to measure energy storage behavior, thermal behavior of different types of nanomaterials. So as you have seen, we have enough expertise in the area of nanomaterials, energy storage, heat transfer, solar, renewable, heat exchangers, cooling of electronics, car radiators, and so on. And as you have seen also, we have strong lab equipment, lab service. So these are basically so far for last 4 or 5 years, actually many local universities, research organizations, even industries also use our lab facilities to test their samples. So in this respect, we are very fast, as you have seen. We have very neat and clean lab, well-maintained, well service, very dynamic service, very efficient service. We don't take long time like others. So we have experience with other universities when we also need some of the services. So we face a lot of difficulties because it takes long time, sometimes problem with their technician, with the equipment breakdown, many challenges we face. However, in our case, it is very fast, it is very efficient, timely maintained, and also most importantly, cost is also very, very reasonable. So these are actually the service we also provide those who need service to use our lab facilities, our equipment to test their samples in the area of nanomaterials, energy storage, heat transfer, for the master's students work, even undergraduate students also, some of the universities, they are sending their undergraduate students also, they are requesting also to use our lab facilities, some of the PhD students also using our lab facilities through this service. Okay, so this is again another important area. We can provide you the best service, efficient service, dynamic service with reasonable price and cost. So we welcome local and international collaborators to use our services to produce your high quality results, data. So this is another unique opportunities we have at Sunway University PhD, particularly at our research center. So we have a PhD program on sustainability, science and technology. It is highly popular so far. More than 15 students already registered, working with us locally and internationally. So as you can see, topics are very important, and so far response is very strong. We have just started a few years, not that many years, but response is very, very strong. It's very attractive. It is very interesting research area as well. So that's why response is very, very good. We also provide some of the scholarship. Okay, so let me summarize the availability of the full funding. So this is where actually a lot of requests we receive local and international students. So the title of PhD, as you can see, is Sustainability, Science and Technology, highly interesting area, global grand challenge area, niche areas, and also as you have seen our expertise. Okay, and also the areas of research topics must be relevant because these are our areas where we have expertise, we have resources, we have published paper, we have secured grant, we have collaboration. So that's why topics are very, very important. So when you are applying for this PhD program, always look for what are actually the research topics available. Without this research topic, for example, somebody is asking, can I work on politics? Can I work on finance? Actually, those are not our areas. So that's why you need to check what are our expertise areas. So these are actually the areas I have highlighted in earlier slides also: nanomaterials and their application in energy storage, heat transfer, thermal management, solar, renewable, fuel cell, electrochemistry. Okay, these are summary. Certainly, if physics, chemistry, and some areas relevant, we did not highlight each and everything here. Some computational aspect can be there, modeling can be there, simulation can be there. Many other aspects can be addressed. So that's why I think that when you have relevant experience, expertise, you feel that it is suitable, it is good that you send your CV, you communicate with us through social media, in LinkedIn, in Facebook, and also particularly it will be good if you can communicate by email. At the end of my slides, actually you will find my email address. Okay. So these are topics, research areas that you need to work with us. So it is important which area you want to work. And most importantly, what are actually the eligibility criteria? Okay, as you can see, candidate must have a master's degree with CGPA 3.50 equivalent. Equivalent meaning that in some universities, in some cases, they don't have this grading, or maybe they have grade out of 10, or maybe they have percentage. So in that case, there are conversions needed. In that case, you need to contact with us, so we'll help you to calculate actually your equivalent CGPA. This is for master degree holder. Those who have undergraduate CGPA 2.67, they are also eligible for directly enroll into PhD. Okay. So this is actually the requirement for CGPA, because this is a full funding. This is university requirement. And this is where actually candidate, without checking, without going through each and every details, sometimes they have CGPA 3.2, sometimes they have CGPA 3.25, and they are asking for this full funding. So they are sending and they are communicating with us. So in that case, basically you have not done your homework. Okay, to get full funding, this is actually the university requirement, because fundings are limited, only outstanding candidates are given. It does not mean that you are not qualified. Yes, you are qualified, but full funding may not be possible. Full fundings are not given if these criteria are not fulfilled. So when you send your request for full funding with the CGPA 3 below 3 point, then you are not eligible. Then please don't waste your time, unless you are interested through your self-finance, or you are interested with the only tuition fee waiver. Okay, the university can waive your tuition fee when the CGPA is below 3.5. You are eligible for the admission, but to get the full funding, actually, you need to fulfill this criteria. Without this fulfilling this criteria, actually, we at the center level cannot do anything, because this is the university requirement. Okay, then second criteria is actually the Scopus index publication or equivalent output. So this is also without checking whether you have Scopus index papers or not. Sometimes you send it to us again. If you don't have it, so you are not eligible. So why you are wasting your time? So if you are confident, if you have the evidence, meaning that you have published paper in Scopus index, then only you send. Okay, so these two basic criteria are highly important. Of course, there are other criteria also we'll be sharing, but first of all, you have to check all these things. And also in a Scopus index paper also, you don't know, many of you also don't know whether your papers are Scopus index or not. So that's why actually you can explore some of my video also, how to check the journal ranking. I think these are your basic things as a student, as a researcher. You need to know whether my papers are Scopus index or not. This will make our work easy, convenient. We can make faster decision. It will not waste your time. It also will not waste our time. As you know, we are very busy people. We have many other things. So if you unnecessarily kill our time, I think those are not good things. So that's why I think that for the good preparation, the first check the eligibility criteria. If you are not eligible, you are applying, actually you are wasting your time. Researcher actually will not feel good and they may not reply. Okay, so why you are unnecessarily wasting your time? Unless if you are interested for tuition fee waiver on your partial funding. Okay, so these are some of the things without checking, all the requirements. Sometimes you are sending. I think that's not appropriate. It just will simply waste your time. So please try to be smart as a student. Okay, you make all the necessary check. So when you write an email, contact to us. You highlight that my CGPA at master's level 3.87, for example. I have Scopus index paper, so you can provide the screenshot, you can provide the impact factor, you can provide the ranking. Then it will be very easier for us. And also, these are my research areas. So these are a few basic things. If you check and send us information, contact us, then we can give you the very fast response. And then if you don't check all these things, if we need to dig out, if we need to go through into Scopus, as a result, we need to check, verify. It also will take a lot of time. This is how we are doing with our team members, but it also, takes a lot of time. And at the end, you are not qualified, and certainly it will not be a good practice. And also, this is a scholarship. This is a full funding. University want the best candidate. So far, we have seen university selects best candidate. So initially it will go through at the central level, okay, as a supervisors. We will check the proposal, we will check your basic requirement. We also will discuss, we also will interview those who are really interested or not, okay, who are qualified, and then actually we will forward list of highly potential candidates to our school of engineering and technology. There is a separate committee, okay, panel members, okay, with number of few members there. They are already experienced. They will check each and everything, and also there will be an interview. So normally, some of the feedbacks from some of the panel member is that even though CGPA is good, but during the interview, actually, they cannot talk well, they cannot present well, they cannot communicate well, and as a result, even though CGPA is good, so that's not enough, that's not everything. You also need well preparation, how you prepare all the necessary documents, particularly during the interview at the school level. They will be focusing more on your proposal, research proposal, topics, how you communicate, how you answer their questions. Okay, so your presentation skill, communication skill are extremely important. They are experienced people. They are dean, they are associate dean, they are other panel members. They have gone through this process and they want to select the best candidate. So in this case, if you are not well prepared, if you are not strong at presentation communication skill, just only by a publication that will fulfill the requirement with your enough CGPA will not be enough actually to convince the panel members. Okay, so these are basically the secret recipes, important recipes we are going to share with you when you are going to apply for this fully funded PhD program. Okay. Strong proposal with the expertise of the center. Sometimes you are also applying, writing the proposal, which actually very poor, content similarities are very high, copy and paste. So these also will undermine, also will give a reflection, impression that, okay, the students are really not serious. Okay, so it's just copy and paste. Okay, content similarity is 100%, 50%. So this will give a bad impression on you that you are not serious. Okay, so prepare a good proposal, get ready, make some mock presentation, watch some videos, how to be well prepared, how to present in front of panel members, in public. Okay, so this basically will help you to improve your presentation skill, communication skill, and as a result, panel member will be impressed. So then, actually at the school level, school panel members, particularly school management, will identify, scrutinize out of, let's say, 20 applications, maybe 4, 5, or 10. Then they will forward it to Sunway University. So Sunway University top management actually will organize another interview to select actually the best candidate, and then we will get the offer. Again, there also will be a lot of discussion. I think all with this presentation skill, proposal, how you can communicate. So a lot of things also will be asked during that presentation. So I think the presentation skill, communication skill, good proposal writing skill, global grant challenge areas, niche areas, okay, some other skill also will be checked and verified, and as a result, finally, will be selected. So as you can see, only outstanding top candidates who will be selected. So as you know, funding is always challenging and limited. Only outstanding candidates are offered for full funding, but nevertheless, there are also opportunities, you know. So at Sunway University, we have some internal funding. So what I discussed in the previous slide, actually, this is Sunway University's full funding through scholarship, that is called through studentship, that is 3,000 per month, and many other benefits. That is Sunway University studentship with full funding. So there are other internally, as you know, we have some internal funding. Sometimes we also got external funding. For example, FRGS proposal, other funding, collaboration funding, our research reward money, and sometimes maybe a project, internal project that is supported by Sunway University. For example, now there are projects coming, ASEAN projects, ASEAN Grand Challenge project. Okay, so that one is for 2 years, 500,000 for every project. So if somebody get this project also, I think can be supported some of the PhD students, those who are not fully funded through Sunway University studentship. Okay, so this is another opportunities where you are not selected, but again, you can enroll with us, you can register with us. Okay, so when there are funding, we also can support. So basically, some of the students, out of 15 students, few students actually came without full funding through tuition fee waiver. Okay, and as a result, now we are supporting them. So certainly, as you can see, we have long experience, we have strong team, we have impressive lab, we have niche area, we have global grant challenge area. So certainly, if you take these opportunities, I'm sure that there will be return on your investment. Particularly, will help you to make a world-class researcher, very good researcher. At the end, you'll be able to get a good job once you are graduated. So, as you know, that to serve scientific community, to discuss, to share my experience, each and every details in depth, as you know, through social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, we only can provide some information in the form of tips, very brief way. Each and every details cannot be shared. Since I have 25 years of experience and many researchers actually want to interact with me, want to work with me, and also I feel this is also my responsibility to share my experience, because we also grow through taxpayer monies, university, countries, government actually supported us to grow. And also when I was doing my research, I also faced a lot of challenges, how to write good quality paper, how to write thesis, how to write proposal. So since I have this 25 years of unique experience, I'm more than happy to share this with the scientific community, global community, particularly early career researcher, young researcher. So to serve you, actually have created this channel. So actually around 14 to 15 videos are there on writing, on proposal writing, thesis writing, for early career researcher. Many actually topics are already there. So you can explore there. Some of the videos are actually highly interesting, attractive. Many people are already has given very strong feedback, interesting feedback, and highlighting that these are very useful, very rich content, very useful for them. So these are free of charge, based on my long experience. I'm sure that if you carefully listen them, it will help help overcome some of your challenges that you are facing. Okay, and it is also one-stop center. You can pause, you can come at any time. So I feel that this will be a convenient one-stop resources for you also in improving your research capabilities, as I mentioned. So you can share for the benefit of others. Certainly others also will be benefited, and certainly Almighty also will give you the reward if you share, if you also circulate, if you disseminate to others. Subscribe to get the latest update, and also if there are improvement needed, if you have something you also want to be certain topics. So sometimes also I receive that please upload a video on this topic. So those are the ways basically we also uploaded some of the topics based on your request. And as you know, I know what are the important topics. So constantly every week I am uploading these videos in the YouTube channel. Please subscribe, okay, and keep your eyes over there. Okay. So at Sunway University, as you have seen, we have a lot of unique features, unique benefits, uniqueness. It is also an amazing city, world-class city. So you can explore Sunway University. So as you can see, according to Talent Bank, actually Sunway University is #1 in Malaysia for graduate employability. That is very important. So because we have very good staff, researcher, impressive facilities at Sunway University, as I mentioned. This is very important, very amazing area with all the facilities, amenities, and in the neighboring at the vicinity areas. Okay, so we also have partnership with the Lancaster University. So our engineering programs are actually with the Lancaster University. So if you register for Bachelor of Engineering, for chemical engineering and electronics engineering, so you'll be entitled for M engineering at Lancaster University. Okay, so you are getting 2 degrees with 1 prize. Okay, also as you know, the Lancaster University UK is one of the best universities in the world, one of the top universities in UK and also the globally. Okay, so you can explore more about School of Engineering and Technology in our respective website for more details for other programs, for other research centers, collaboration purpose, and so on. So thank you for your time, attention. I'm sure that this will be useful. So may Almighty guide us, give us due rewards for the sharing, for your times and effort. Assalamualaikum and thank you.